Oh, looks like BitChute took away one of my subs. Same thing on YouTube, ScrewTube, but whatever, man. I'm just about over everything. I'm just whatever. All right, whatever. Looking at the last night's comment section, at least we had no trolls show up. Tony Todd was in the house for, I guess, for Christ's sake or for sake, something like that was in the house. Fix the World was in the house. All right, great, good. Well, we got breaking news. Rabbits with black tentacles. Put that in quotes. Remember some like 8 years ago or something like that. They said that teens were growing horns at the bottom of their skulls. They claim because they're always looking down at their cell phone, which doesn't make any sense to me. How you going? It was like they said like spikes or horns. They said I think it was horns. They said because they're always looking down at their cell phone, and so somehow from the posture developed at the base of the skull. I've never seen it or heard any teenagers in real life talk about that they grew horns at the base of the skull. But do you remember that? Weird shit's weird shit. Weird stuff. Remember that I showed you some last year that there's news articles saying that demon face, people walking around with demon face, that's a new phenomenon. Well, now we got rabbits with breaking news, black tentacles growing from their heads, and it's concerning residents. You can't just make this up. This is from Infowars, but I heard it elsewhere earlier today. Do you want to understand how fast time is going? Do you guys have any clue? It is physically impossible for me, unless I give up half of the routine that I've been doing for the longest time. It is impossible for me to do an hour video. It is now. I could do a live video, perhaps off the cuff, but to put together all what I used to do an hour and 20 minutes, not happening. Not happening right now. I have zero downtime, and time is just flying. It is flying, man. I just saw. What did I see? It was in this video I was watching. Minutes of Horror. He was showing how people were complaining that their leaves were changing and falling, like fall already, even though it's August, and the high temperature in Georgia. Some woman was saying that it was 66 degrees at the beginning of August. That's not normal here in Georgia. Well, I didn't have 66 degrees. It was 70 at the beginning. Those 3 days, it was like 70, 74, 76 different days, but it was all in the 70s. That was fall temperature, right? That's not normal. I've been in Georgia since 1981. None of this shit's normal. But as far as leaves falling off the trees prematurely, I've been dealing with that. Didn't I show you guys that? Brown dead leaves all year long. I'm blowing off the property, literally, all year. I might do it once or twice a week because I get sick and tired of doing it every day because fucking leaves keep appearing after I blow the damn shit off or storm hits. But what I'm trying to say is leaves have been falling off here in my location all year for the last, I would say, the better part of this decade. It's a scamdemic, somewhere around there. So this is not a new phenomenon for me. But in places like, I think, Massachusetts, the leaves are actually turning colors, fall colors, and then dropping off already. Well, these leaves here, they don't turn colors. They turn brown. They don't even turn orange or red or any other nice color. They turn brown and they fall off all year for the last 5 years. Let's look at this real quick. Don't forget the alien invasion. Bizarro world. Okay, so let me just say this. Residents of Fort Collins, Colorado. What you got going on over there, Colorado? I don't know, Plum Island. Didn't they move from off just 3 miles off the coast of Montauk, Long Island, to somewhere in the breadbasket of America, but not near Colorado? What you got going on over there? Residents of Fort Collins, Colorado are on edge following reports of cuddly neighborhood rabbits harboring black tentacles and horn-like protrusions. Sounds like a GMO rabbit, right? Are they robot rabbits? What's going on?
Yeah, I've noticed these rabbits more than once while walking my dog, and it turns out I'm not alone. So I reached out to Colorado Parks and Wildlife. It seems rabbits enjoy living in Fort Collins just as much as people. They're often spotted hopping through neighborhoods looking for grub. But some southeast Fort Collins neighbors noticed bunnies were cute wasn't exactly the word that came to mind. I snapped this photo of one of the rabbits I've seen with the growth. I also saw this photo
Maybe you
posted
have the
on
C word
Reddit,
that rhymes with
also
answer.
spotted in Fort Collins.
Like
Oh,
a
yeah. Okay, looking like a damn devil?
looking kind of growth over her face.
Is it a wart?
Looks like it was black quills or
Maybe it's a bird-rabbit hybrid.
black toothpicks sticking out all around his mouth.
Commercial, right? Right, ScrewTube, YouTube?
Said she saw a different bunny with tentacles in her yard
Hell,
in
it's
recent
kind of
years.
He
mutilated.
had the same black stuff on him, and I thought he would die off during the winter, but he didn't. He came back a second year, and it grew.
Some
Yes, I have.
feel bad for our tiny neighbors.
If they have, something that, we can help them with.
Colorado Parks and Wildlife confirms this is a virus that's not contagious to other animals.
They're
like
trying to say
people
it's a
dogs,
papillomavirus.
but they say leave this wildlife alone like you would with any of the neighborhood bunnies.
It's probably been injected, probably been injected with some
They
shit to make
did
it
talk to
deform.
me over the phone. They said these growths are kind of like benign cancer cells
Or
or
the
like
C word.
warts that just keep growing. They said they don't
Warts
harm the rabbits
on a rabbit.
unless they grow on sensitive areas like the eyes or mouth, which could, of course, impact eating. In Fort Collins, Amanda Gilbert, 9 News.
Nothing to see here. Another day at the office, right? Look at this. I mean, this is ridiculous. You know damn well it's them fooking with things. You know what? There are so many damn things I want to address. Like these damn AI super computer centers or something like that is taking up so much water. Like using up all the water. They're up to so much nonsense. As soon as I get a chance, I'm just gonna, if I show you guys just headlines and just say, look, this is what's going on, blah blah blah, and drop some nuggets of information like boom, 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 boom. That might be how I have to do it, but I haven't had a chance to put any of that together. Time is definitely, you can't tell me time ain't speeding up. You cannot. There's no way. It is, man. It's almost fall. We got one month and change. 1 month and maybe a couple weeks. 1 month and 8 days. 5 weeks. Baseball season. I love baseball. Just started on March 27th. We're already looking at the playoffs. Just down the pike. And I was talking to a guy at the gym today, in the locker room. We're talking about, he's 68. He's 68 years old. And his name's Henry. He's a black guy. And Henry, he cracks me up, man. He does. He hates people with no common sense. But somehow we got on a topic of how short life is and that we got to get ourselves right. We do, because, and I said, I think about the afterlife every freaking day. And the reason why is because I'm 55 now. I'm not 17 and invincible, or so I thought. You know, when you're young, you think you're invincible. I brought that up to him. I said, yeah. Remember when you were young, I said we were like teenagers and we just thought we were invincible and that we'd never grow old? Look at us. I said, look at you, you're 68. You're still in the gym. Said, doing good, and I'm 55. But you can't take it with you. You ain't going to live here forever, right? The so-called elites think they are, but you're not. And he says, yeah. He says, we're all going to go at some point. I said, my dad used to say, God rest his soul, that we were born to die. And so I said, I've seen so many people die. He said, yeah, I said, me too. So many people in my life. He said, me too, I've seen. So I said, yeah, that's what makes me think about heaven, hell. I see a lot of videos on YouTube talking about these people had near-death experiences and they went to hell and they give their account. Oh my God. You don't want to go. You don't want to go. If you think there's no afterlife and you find out that there is, and you made your shitty, poor choice of ignoring salvation of Jesus Christ, and this is coming from a guy that's I'm not the best Christian in the world. I never professed to be. I drink brewskis. I have the same struggles that everyone else does. I don't present myself as picture perfect. I'm not. My life isn't. But I want to do the right thing, and I want to become a better Christian. It's really hard. It's very challenging. But I do think of the afterlife. And there is. It's heaven and hell. And really, you got to decide where you want to be for eternity. Because we are energy. We are eternal energy beings. And when you close your eyes here on Earth and you take your last breath on terra firma, you're going somewhere. And it's not just lights out. It's not just blackness, and it's not, So we got talking about that. This world, man, it's insane. Everything's insane. That's what I got for you. Don't forget, October. I think around there, fall. Happy Halloween. Is it a comet? It's coming at us full speed ahead. It's going to impact the Earth on October 29th because they know the exact date. Or is it a bunch of aliens? Put that in quotes. It's here. Is that what we're about to see in October? Beam me up, Scotty, or some shit. It's insane. Don't be a troll out there. That's what I got for you. At any rate, like, share, subscribe, or don't. At any rate, I'm out.